Sometimes people seek relationship advice. They go on the internet, they read books, watch videos, and sometimes they ask a couple that was married, never divorced either, for some advice. And, you get different answers. When I was younger, there was a few times in my life where I liked a handful of women, and sometimes they tell me that they just got a relationship and they're not ready for a new one because they are afraid of getting hurt, or they're afraid of repeating the past, or something of that nature. And as I'm older, I sort of feel the same way. I completely understand now. People change over time. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. Nonetheless, people change. You know what I mean? Change is good depending on who you ask. There's someone in Washington that I used to like. Keyword is used to. I told her don't hold her breath for me because there's no guarantee I'll come back to Washington. And then there's this one person in Connecticut that I told the same thing because there's no guarantee that I'll even stay in Connecticut. With the many videos that I have, there's no guarantee, with the many videos that I have talking about Connecticut and how pretty much fed up I am with Connecticut, there's really no promising that I'll even stay, There really ain't. I've been looking online for police jobs. Out in Washington. That's where I've been looking because, yes, it is extremely expensive out there, but I feel that they pay you enough so you can actually live. As far as Connecticut, it's like, it's just cutthroat. I think what Connecticut's really doing is they're trying to get the undesirables like myself out. Make it so costly that you can't even really live. And what I mean by live, I mean like go hang out with your friends on a weekend live. You know what I mean? People out here working like 2 to 3 jobs a freaking day, just to get a meal inside their freaking bellies. With the very, very few friends that I have out here, very few, and family, this one lady that I'm talking to, they're not really keen on the idea of me going out there because they feel that I'm abandoning them. After my mom's abuse with her ex-boyfriend, we started to redevelop a relationship with each other, and even she's not really happy on the idea of me going out there because we just started over. But here's the thing though, she lived her life, I really haven't. And this lady that I'm talking to, I came back into her life and everything like that, and just for me to have the idea for me to just up and leave at the drop of a dime as soon as the opportunity calls for it, she finds it pretty messed up. And she's more worried about me pretty much falling in love with someone else, which, I can't tell her how to feel, but I don't want to be distracted by women and relationships and all that stuff, because to me, I feel that it's a distraction, I have to remember someone else's birthday. I have to be there for Valentine's Day. I have to, it's small, but it's still tasking and taxing. Before I decided to talk to her again, I offered to be friends, and that idea was sort of off the table, but here I am wishing that I stuck to my guns. She asked me, why we haven't pretty much, touched each other and, explored one another, I told her because I don't want her to feel that I'm using her, because the first time this idea was brought about, she said that, she pretty much gave me her body and everything, and which is a big deal no matter who you talk to. To give part of yourself to someone else is really a big deal. I really don't want to come across that to be that kind of guy that take advantage, but she, before she did decide to give me a part of herself, there was still antitrust and what have you. So, I don't blame her for feeling the way she feels. I don't. She has every right to feel that way. But I refuse to do it again, just in case if she brings that notion up again that I pretty much, used her. You know what I mean? for the longest time, I've been surviving off of porn and sex dolls, and I'm kicking myself in the ass, wondering why I couldn't continue doing the same thing. And I don't know, but I feel that there's a little bit more out there in life than relationships. You know what I mean? Because this woman, she's doing her thing. She's modeling and all that stuff. Kudos to her for doing that. She's going to school, continuing her education. She already has her associates. She's going to get a bachelor's. She's going to have 2 degrees. That's freaking amazing. Followed by the college debt and everything like that. But would I do it? No. But on a flip coin to that notion, it's best to walk around with an education than to walk around with none. You know what I mean? But that aside, she has a lot going on for herself, and the last thing I want to do is, stop her from whatever she's pursuing. But I'm not going to stop her from that, pursuing what she wants to pursue. Not only am I not going to stop her, but I also feel that her priorities in life doesn't, listen, if we could snap our fingers and say, hey, I want this, I want that, I want this, it would happen. But the way I see it is, and I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, but there's steps to get to where you need to go, and nothing happens overnight. So here I am. I should be taking my own advice and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would like to have a relationship eventually, but right now it's hey, if I do get a relationship and I still want to go out to Washington, that means I have to bring her along and all that good jazz, and it's just too much to think about. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit more to this, but I don't want to take too much of someone's time right now just for them to look at this video. But all I'm saying is, right now, a relationship is not on my mind. What's on my mind is securing a career. Because let's face it, with a relationship, after that, it's kids and marriage. Either the kids come first or the marriage comes first. First come, first serve. Me, the idea of marrying someone, the amount of hatred and disgust that I have for women culture. Not the women themselves, but the culture and society that the women in the United States have, and that disgusts me. So and all women, like 99% of women, want to get married, and that's not me. So it's like, if that's not me, and if that's not my goal in the future, then what am I to them? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess I can continue this a little bit later, but let me end this video for now and make a new one in the future.